starts in this nursery, and our children are so sophisticated talking about their feelings through the whole school, aren't they, Mrs. Spears? Because it starts here, and it's built on year on year on year.
The stuff are amazing, really, in terms of how they model all that, and the vocabulary, those feelings, that they're allowed to say these things, allowed to feel these things, and it's okay.
I think the main thing is they just want to be heard, and half the, you know, it's your turn, you know, how do you feel? Like, did you, you know, you reiterate, as we do, reiterate, you know, you said this, that made you feel, you said this, that made you feel, you know, what's going to make you feel better, you know, what do you think will make them feel better? It just depends on the children, and most of the time they want a sorry, sometimes they want a hug, and then they look at each other and smile and go off. And often it's a misunderstanding, so they push me, and you'd find out they haven't pushed, they've run past them and pushed into them, but not on purpose, but they've perceived it as pushed me. And
they might only be as young as 3 or 4 years old.
They're 3 and 4,
Yeah, 3 and 4, and they can handle that language. Because
Absolutely,
people worry about the language with restorative justice, but they can handle it, can't they?
But yeah, because it's basically your turn, our turn, we're going to listen. And obviously ones that haven't got the language or are a bit quiet and don't know what to say, you can see what would make you feel better. They might look at you and say, would you like them to say sorry? And sometimes say yes, sometimes they say no. Would you like them to stop whatever it was that they were doing, if they were annoying them? Yes. Would you like to say no? Would you like me to tell them? Yeah. And it's all with it, just very much, again, depends on the individual children. When she came, she's like, they've only not been here long, and she was kind of just chaotic all over the place. And obviously she's getting to know us, getting to trust us, and she was really, she had to be moved from the situation just to have some calm, quiet time. And I kept coming back and said, "Are you ready to talk? Do you want to?" No. And I thought, she's just getting crosser and crosser with me. So I said, let's go for a little walk. So we went up the corridor. Are you filming? So we went up the corridor, and then as we walked by, I can't remember what it was I said to her. She goes, "I'm mad now." Oh God. And I said, "That's okay." I said, "I get mad sometimes." I said, "It's all right to be cross." And she sort of just looked at me like that. And then we just carried on. I was just generally chatting in a low voice, you know, about things, all this other, just distracting. And we came back and she was ready to talk. She wanted to talk to me then, and it was, you were allowed to. And we do say that when we talk about, I mean, Colour Monster is fantastic. Have you come across the Colour Monster? It's basically, and this Colour Monster goes to school as well. So it's about, he's all mixed up and his friend helps him, or her, I don't know. And it goes through the different colours. So yellow's the Colour Monster's happy colour. And I think it's where is it? So let's put them in different jars to sort them out. Yes, so yellow. This is happiness. It shines yellow like the sun and twinkles like the star. And it talks about you feel bright and light. You know, it's just lovely the way it's all phrased. Blue is his sad colour. Red, angry. Black, scared. And it's also them knowing that they can be scared as well. You know, it's calm, chilled out. So then they've sorted them all into the jars at the end. And then at pink, we also wonder how he's feeling now. And they said he loves, or, you know, they see the love hearts. And it's however they want to interpret that. But if they talk more, because obviously we do a lot of the talking about, we don't take over their talk, but, you know, that makes me feel cross when I feel cross, you know, that makes me feel sad. But also when you're doing the restorative justice, naming the feelings like I was talking to you, you look really cross, how do you feel? I feel sad. But actually they might be cross as well, but sad's often the one they say, I'm sad. And it's actually naming the feelings. Yeah. And that fact, those negative feelings are okay, but it's not okay to hurt somebody when you're feeling mad, that kind of, so yeah, they're brilliant. They are brilliant.
Our parents expect the children to be listened to, don't they? Because they expect it at this age, and it continues. So if anything goes wrong, they're expecting this restorative approach. They're not looking for punishments, they're looking for things to be put right.
Yeah,
and the
they
children
want their
are.
voice to be heard, and that's what it is at this stage. They've been heard, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, and they can see that we've helped them resolve, or something's being resolved. It's not just you've not taken it over and sorted it out on their behalf.
We very rarely we sometimes do get a parent say, I don't want any of that restorative stuff, but that's 1%, I would say.
And I think the children at this age are very much about fairness, aren't they? And seeing fairness.
Absolutely, they've got a really strong sense.
And it's a good way into that, isn't it?
This is our peer mediators display corner. It's a bit faded because it's been up there all year. We've got a fresh one ready to go. So every year we train peer mediators in June, July, ready to go onto the yard as year 6s in September. So they have a long training programme after an application process has happened. So they learn about deep listening and reflecting back the facts and the feelings and working together in pairs and how to encourage resolution of any issues that happen on the yards. And the teachers really miss them when they're not out there. So they wear little tabards, they work in twos, never dive alone, and it's a really well established process in our school, and the children see it as a rite of passage because they've seen for the last 9 years their big siblings have been doing it and their friends, and they've aspired to become a peer mediator, and they're really, really happy when they get to become one. So it's a really well embedded part of our listening school ethos.
When we actually interview them for the position, because we take it very formally in that respect, and the children tell us they've been wanting to be a peer mediator for years.